Hi guys, and welcome back to Keep Smiling Adventures, and today we are going to be taking a look at the route I have just completed bikepacking across Wales. Now if you watched that video, you know it didn't exactly go quite according to plan, but I thought we'd go over the section that I did do of the route, and then when I finally get a chance to go back to Wales and I will ride the remaining part, and then I can give you the whole route. But for now I'll be able to give you the half route, and down below I will leave all like the Komoot link, and I'll also upload it somewhere else, so if you don't have Komoot you can just download the GPX file. So in this video we're basically going to go over who the route's for, what the route is all about, what to expect, where to camp if it's okay, if I think it's good or bad, and you know, all that fun stuff. So let's get into the video. This ride is going to be the shorter version of this route until I get a chance to go back to Wales and ride the remaining part. This shortened version will take you from Abergavenny across to the northwest of Wales, where you will finish up a mountain at Lake Anafon. I'm sorry if I am butchering any of these names. This ride is around 150 miles, 240 kilometers. This route will see you ride along the top of mountain ridges, bridleways, some boggy mess, and lots of very, very steep country lanes. So make sure you are prepared for climbing. This route is a mixture of road and bridleways, so you will need a GPS unit for mapping. This route can be done in either direction, however I would recommend going from south to north so you get to finish in a beautiful spot, where you will either be able to stay the night or descend back down to the nearest town, Llanwest, for the nearest train station. This ride is for anyone who wants a bit of a challenge, as although the majority of this route is on quiet country lanes, they can be relentless, as the Welsh countryside is full of very steep climbs. This route will also add a bit more of a challenge, because just as you are getting comfortable riding the country lanes, you will find yourself on some off-road trails, where things can get wet, boggy, and even steeper. Prepare yourself for some hiker bike and very wet feet. Some occasional technical sections and a few stream crossings. The route will give you plenty of opportunities to enjoy some nice long descents as well. This route does take you through a lot of really remote places, so a bit of self-reliance is needed, as shops can be few and far between. The shops you will find along the way are fine, but are small village shops. Bike shops along this route will also be few and far between, so make sure you are carrying all your spares. The best bike for this ride is going to be a gravel bike, as there are lots of road sections. However, you still want 35mm or bigger tyres, as some of the off-road sections can be quite rocky. You will definitely want mountain bike gear in though, as the hills are very steep and can feel never ending. Remember, this is Wales and the weather can be unpredictable and the trails can become very wet and boggy, so you will want to have something wide enough to handle that. Also, you will want to have very good brakes, as the terrain can become very steep. Along this route there are plenty of places to camp, but bear in mind it can be very wet and boggy in places, which can make finding spots a little more tricky. And there isn't that many trees for hammock camping. But remember, wild camping is illegal in Wales, so if you decide to wild camp, leave no trace. Now, although this ride is mostly on the road, don't let that fool you into thinking this is a straightforward ride. The road sections are very remote, tiny Welsh country lanes that have grass growing down the middle. The lanes can be steep and twisty, so you will need to use caution when descending these roads. They are often wet and slippery. The difficulty of the off-road sections on this route are going to be dependent on how the weather is at the time. In the wet, the trails can become slippery, boggy, and quite slow going. However, on a sunny, dry day, the trails will be a lot easier. However, they are still going to be steep, and some hiker bike is going to be unavoidable. So, I will give this a difficulty rating of 7 out of 10. My overall rating for this ride is going to be a 7 out of 10. If you want a tough ride, especially one that is suited for winter riding with some awesome road climbs and descents, while occasionally chucking you off road to mix things up, I think you will enjoy this route. This route will get you out into the beautiful and rugged parts of rural Wales, where you will find yourself wishing to get to the top of the climbs, and finally when you get to the top, enjoy them long, beautiful descents. Okay guys, and that is the Across Wales bikepacking trip overview. I hope you enjoyed watching that bikepacking trip, and I hope you found this video useful. So if you did, be really helpful to hit that thumbs up button, and let's keep this channel growing. So if you are not subscribed, it would be amazing if you would hit that subscribe button. And until next time, keep smiling, enjoy the adventure, peace.